Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Satch Talks, now exclusively on YouTube. This is something I've been promising for a very long time whilst doing the podcast. So to finally get to do this, I'm so happy and delighted to be able to start this YouTube channel properly. So it's going to be fairly consistent. I'm going to be doing videos as much as I can, but this video is just going to be a brief introduction, giving my views and opinions on this season coming, and getting to see me talk, which some of you might like, some of you might not. Won't be surprised if you didn't, but there we go. I am in my room. I've got a few nice posters here, the flags from this season, the FA Cup final and the semi-final against Madrid. So pretty nice things to keep. But getting into it, our transfer activity has been pretty promising and it's been good. I've just seen today that from Fabrizio Romano that the Vardial deal looks pretty much like a done deal, which for me, I'm stoked about. I'm very, very stoked about, because he is a very good defender. He gave us a lot of threat when we played against Leipzig, over in Leipzig that is, because when we played them at the Etihad, we absolutely destroyed them. But I'm happy for it. I'm happy about this deal because it means we'd be able to rest a few of our key centre-backs going into this season, especially when we have rotation in the competitions and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's a good deal, a very good deal. Also, rumours that Bernardo is leaving. I think he will be going. He's been hinting at leaving for the past couple of seasons now. So I think if he wants to go, we just have to let him go, because he's been a very, very good servant for the club over the past few years. And if he wants to go, just go. You just won the treble. You probably can't better that. So if you want to go to PSG, go, or Saudi, just go. So, and I do see online that Frankie de Jong from Barcelona is apparently a rumour and someone on City's hit list. So if we could hit him and land him, then it would be incredible, because he just fits into the team easily in that starting 11 alongside Kovacic and De Bruyne and Rodri. But you put Kovacic into that City team, which I'm going to get onto now, he was the main man at Chelsea, for me anyway. Looking at that Chelsea team last season, he was the one who kept it all together, and he was kind of the glue of the team. So you put Kovacic into that City team under Pep, the sky is literally the limit for him, and I think he will make him into an incredible midfielder, already better than what he is. Obviously why he came to City, but going back to Frankie de Jong, I know United were interested in getting him, but if we to get him, what a stake to the heart that would be, after them wanting to get him last season in that summer saga. But I'm happy with our current transfer activity. We've got a few fixtures coming up pre-season over in Asia, which not too big, but it's a good chance to get Kovacic playing, and a few new key signings that if we make beforehand, like Gvardiol, just get to the team integrated with each other and everything. Community Shield, and then I believe it's Burnley at home, which is a big game. Got to start off on the right foot, and the Super Cup, which I'll be attending over in Athens. Can't wait for that. First time in Greece. What better way to do it than going to watch City against Sevilla? Yeah, can't wait. But this Sunday, I will be on the Snobby Boys podcast. They are a podcast over in Washington, DC. They run their own supporters club. So I'll be jumping on there Sunday, which will probably be published Monday. So you can go check that out. But yeah, I said it was going to be short and brief, but that's probably about it for today. But I will probably touch on my season predictions. I do think, but before I end this episode, I don't want to not touch on it. I do think going into this season, we will probably most likely win the league. I think we will win the league. I know Arsenal are going to be spending more or less near north of 200 million, but I don't think it'll be enough, because you're splashing cash on Declan Rice. And it's not a done deal. It's not going to get you the title. You know, it's not going to get you where you want to be, because it's a work in process, I think, and if they want to get to where we are, it's going to take them a hell of a lot longer. So I think personally, going into this season coming, Liverpool are going to be pushing us to the title, because towards the back end of last season, you could slowly but surely see that Liverpool were getting back to their best. So I think it will be Liverpool City title race. I could be wrong. Could be stunned by Burnley. I'm joking. But yeah, we'll see. But I think there's going to be a lot of sides who are going to be re-strengthening. Obviously Chelsea. I think Chelsea aren't going to be asleep at the wheel this season. Obviously they've made some crucial signings, and Kunku, he's going to be a very, very key part to Chelsea this season. And Pochettino coming in, a very, very big signing, but he's always been the bridesmaid but never the bride. Pochettino is what I've always thought. He's got them to that final, but he's never actually gone the distance with Spurs, that is. But I guess you could say they didn't back him, Spurs. So it'll be interesting to see how he does it at Chelsea. I think Newcastle are definitely going to be hot after getting Champions League football this season. It's our first home game actually against Newcastle. I'll be there, so if anyone's there, come say hi. I think United, I don't think they'll be pushing us as much as everybody thinks they are. They're so far off it, it's unreal. I don't think the signing of Mason Mount is going to be an improvement, not at all. He's a good player, but he wasn't playing much last season, and although he is probably the best player Chelsea has had, stats-wise, since the Abramovich era, which I saw on TalkSport the other day, I don't think it's not going to be what United need. If United want to be getting to our level or pushing us, they need to be signing a good striker like Harry Kane or someone to properly get into a title race. So that's my take on it. I'll probably ruffle a few feathers, but I don't care. It's my opinion. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch the video. But I think Haaland, I said this in the podcast, if you haven't watched it, I think he's going to ball even more. And I know he will. He's that good. I saw something on Twitter the other day that name a player who has had a better season in the Premier League ever. He's won every trophy and every accolade possible. Player of the season, goals, the amount of goals he's scored. He's won the treble. Name a player who's had a better season in the Premier League than him. I'll wait, because no one has. He has ripped up that rule book. He has ripped up that record book and made his own. So I'm fully confident that this season he's going to do even better. That's not putting pressure on him, but I just know how good he is. But knowing that the team have had more time to get to know each other, so going into next month, he would have been at City for a year now. So I feel like going into this season, they'll know him better, they'll know how to set up for him better, how he plays. And I mentioned briefly, I want to see a little bit more from him, like some of his old stuff in Dortmund. But I know that's not how we play, it's not how we set up, but it's good that we're starting to see him assisting to the back end of last season. So it'll be interesting to see if he does any of that and implements it into any games this season, which I'm sure he will. But I'm not complaining, because he is arguably one of the best players we have seen in the Premier League ever, and I'll say that. So for me, I think it's Aguero, my all-time favourite player, but Haaland's certainly close, and he's up there. So yeah, but I've just hit 800 followers as well on my Instagram page, so thank you very much for that. If you didn't see, I will be doing a giveaway at 1k, so you don't want to miss that, and it'll be a very, very good giveaway, by the way. It won't be just any old rubbish. I will be doing something very good. So if you're a City fan and you're interested in a giveaway, make sure to get involved. But until then, this is the first of many YouTube videos, hopefully, and I hope you enjoyed. It's only been brief, but I didn't want to go on for too long. But listen out, because I will be doing a podcast next week. I'll be on Snobby Boys podcast this coming Sunday, which will be out Monday, which I'll be sharing on the page, so you can check it out. So Be sure to leave a 5-star rating review on the Spotify because it does massively help. But yeah, thank you all for listening. MCFC, okay.